What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about possible transmission problems we're having, and we're cutting fenders. So this all started a few days ago when I felt a few mild jerks when the truck was coming down from second gear down to first gear. So I looked at the truck and I was like, man, you know what? I've never had the transmission service. So I set up an appointment at the local shop. That's all they do is trainees. They're probably the #1 people around here for doing transmissions. So I made an appointment with them. This is that footage, and then we'll cut back to today when we're cutting up fenders. Well, right now we are on the way to a shop to get the truck dropped off for a transmission service. Turn that down a little bit. Why are we taking it up? Well, it's because a few days ago, when I was driving the truck, I would realize that when I would come down, like it'd be shifting down and coming to a stop, it would shift really hard sometimes. And then one time it did it, and it felt like I got rear-ended, like it downshifted really hard. So I got to thinking, hey, when's the last time we did a transmission service on this truck? Never. So I look at the manual. When's it supposed to be done? 30,000 miles, every 30,000 miles. We are at 49,000. So it's probably due. I don't think there's any damage done to it, honestly, but you never know. I figured it'd be a good idea to do it anyway. The truck has a really hard life. So figured, you know what? If we're already 19, 20,000 miles over, probably go ahead and get it done. So we're on the way. All right, so it is the next day. I've probably driven the truck 40-ish miles since the training was serviced, and it's still doing the same thing, really. I'm trying to see if I can get on camera. It's really hard to get on camera because the RPMs don't jump up at all. The truck just downshifts really hard, like I don't know how to describe it. It's just the first gear, and I'm trying to see if it'll do it again. It's not every time. I've looked on the forums, and some people say that it's common. I've had the truck for 49,000 miles and I've never had it. It just started, so that makes me nervous, but everything seems fine. The guy who did the transmission service said that there is the fluid looked good, there was no water in it, everything looked as it should when they did the service, so that's good. But anyway, it's still doing it. But if nothing's wrong, then just gonna ride with it, I guess. So anyway, that's the update on that. I know some of you are probably gonna ask, it's not shifting every gear when it shifts hard. It's just the coming down from the second gear to first gear is when it's really like, it's really aggressive. So, but shifting up, no problem at all. Shifting down, all the gears except for from second to first, no problem. It's just that last gear that's really harsh. So I don't know. Again, I looked on the forums and on the Facebook groups, and everyone said theirs kind of does it too. It's just weird for me because it just started. So you know. Anyway, no lights on the dash, so I guess we're okay. Now that I think about it, I never did get the update from the dealer, the shifting. What's it called? I forget what it's called. It's the one that's supposed to fix your cruise control, and apparently it does have effects on the normal everyday driving aspect of it. I never did get that update. Maybe I could just go to the dealer and get it in for that, if that would help. Let me know down in the comments if you have a third gen Frontier. Does it do this thing as well? And if you got any kind of updates from the dealer, did it help you at all? I'd be curious to know. So I'm thinking we just do like 1 inch. So I got 1 inch marked up. I think that'll be plenty. If not, what we'll do is when we cut this, we'll probably get the wheel tucked up in there and see how much more, but I think this will be plenty going all the way around. So we got that marked up. Hopefully we can keep this reflector. I'm gonna cut like right here and go up. Hopefully we can keep this. If not, it's not a big deal. We'll just keep taking out what we gotta get, but we'll get this liner out. Got it all prepped up, ready to go, so we'll get to cutting. All right, so there you go. We got a whole inch taken off all the way around. I'm gonna ride with that for a while, see if we need to cut more. If we need to, we can, but that looks like a lot. We try to run up on one of these trees up here that we cut down, and this is the biggest one we could get moving. And that thing, it gave it a little bit, but it wasn't enough to tell us what we need to know. So we're just gonna ride with that, and if we need to cut more, we will. So we're gonna get that buttoned up and we'll do the other side. All right, so another thing about the downshifting, I realized that if I don't have the brakes on quite as hard, I still feel a downshift, but it feels normal. It doesn't jerk me around. But if I stay hard on the brakes, like I'm coming to a stop, that's when I'll have that happen. So I don't know what that means. Somebody make it make sense for me. But if I just like almost like I'm anticipating it downshifting and I let the brakes off just a little bit, you know, still on the brakes where the brake lights are still on, but just a little less pressure, doesn't happen. So anyway, that's what we've learned. Trimming's all done. I'm on the way to AutoZone to get some rubber molding, I guess you call it, liner. I don't know, just for those edges to help clean it up a little bit so it don't look so janky. Anyway, we're getting back to the house. We'll put that on and we'll see how she looks. So I just left AutoZone. We got some trim to go around the fenders where we cut. Anyway, I've had this $20 bill for, I don't know, a week or so. I've been trying to get rid of it, and nothing I buy is $20. It's always more, which I think was pretty funny. Thanks, Biden. Speaking of which, did you see, I forget where I saw this at, but someone was making fun of the way Trump says Kamala. He can never say her name just like normal. He's got to see it, you know, funny or weird, like everything he says. And he always says her name. He's always like, Kamala, Kamala, Kamala. You can never just say it like, just say it regular. Why you gotta say it like a weirdo? Anyway, I thought about that just now, it made me laugh. Okay, we're on the way back to the house, gonna put this trim on. If you guys haven't already, make sure you go down to the store, pick you out some shirts or hoodies. It really helps support the channel. We got a bunch of new stuff in, new designs. So if you see something you like, go ahead and get it and help support us. I'd really appreciate it. So we got some here. I just did one side and it looks so good. Look at that. Now you can't put it over here because the way it's trimmed, right, that's plastic. But starting here over is metal. There's like a little bracket right here. So you're not gonna get like right perfect, but I mean, that looks pretty clean. What do you think? It's not bad. Man, I'm super happy with that. I'm gonna do the other side. So for those of you who don't know, this is what it is. It's just a piece of rubber. I think this is supposed to go like here. I think it's that kind of trim, but it should work perfect right there. So here's the other side. Man, it turned out really nice. I'm pretty happy with that. Took a little bit of working to get it on. Now, the thing is, I don't know if this is gonna come off really easy. I mean, it was kind of a pain to put on, but I don't think it'll come off too easy, but it worked out really good and it fits perfect. It's nice and snug. I think it looks good. So as you guys saw earlier, we only took 1 inch off around. Hopefully that'll be enough. If not, we might have to come down from like here, let's see, here, and maybe like right on the outside of the reflector. I'm not sure where this part of the tire is going to hit. I think it might hit right there, but we took another inch off. That should be good. If not, we'll take more, no big deal. But she's coming along nicely. A few things I'm not crazy about. Let me show you that. I don't like whatever this is being exposed. I did keep the fender liners. I might be able to modify them to where they still connect up in the top fender well. I just won't be able to use these screws that hold it in. But anyway, I'd like to get something to put in here. You know what's funny with Tacomas, you can buy these like high clearance fender liners that are like aluminum or steel or whatever. You can't buy anything like that for the Frontier. I wish someone made them. If you know someone who made them, who makes them, let me know, drop them in the comments. I'll be down to get some if they can take care of this issue for me. Other than that, she's looking really good. Hopefully that's enough clearance. If not, we will make more room. So on the October 4th and 5th and probably 6th, I'm gonna be back up in North Georgia. We're gonna do some riding around and do some camping up there, try to give us a spot by the river. Really looking forward to that because it's been, as you can see, it's still pretty hot down here, and I wanna get somewhere where I don't sweat all day. So that's gonna be it for this one, guys. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. That really helps the channel. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Since you're watching 3rd Gen content, you're gonna wanna see more. Go ahead and subscribe. So anyway, we'll see you guys next time.